I do not wear my grandfather's medals, but I carry his courage every time I walk the path he once guarded with his life. Dear Professor, my name is Erwin. There is a place in the Philippines where time never seems to rush. Calle Crisologo, with its cobbled stones and ancestral houses, whispers stories if you take a moment to listen. For tourists, it's a beautiful street frozen in time, but for me, it's much more. It is the backdrop of my grandfather's memories, the setting of his love story, and the quiet reminder of a promise I now try to fulfill. My grandfather was a World War II veteran, a man of few words but many stories. I used to visit him once a month, sleeping over at their house where the scent of old books and tobacco lingered. Every visit, we'd sit together in the shade of the veranda, and he'd talk, not just about war, but about before the war. He painted the street with nostalgia in his voice, how vibrant it was, alive with trade, horse-drawn carriages, and elegant women in barot saya who carried themselves with quiet grace. He would smile when he spoke of my grandmother. They'd walk that very street together, young, in love, full of dreams, until duty called and he had to leave. He was not born to be a soldier, but the war didn't ask. It demanded. And he answered, not with bitterness, but with honor. As a child, I was fascinated. Not just by the war, but by his bravery, how he never boasted, how he carried pain behind calm eyes, how he served because he believed in something greater than himself. Those stories stayed with me long after he left this world. So, when it was my turn to choose a path, I didn't hesitate. I enrolled in criminology. Not to follow in his footsteps as a soldier, but to serve in my own way. I wanted to protect, to uphold peace, not with a rifle, but with knowledge, with law, with presence. Today, I serve our country not in the way my grandfather did, but I believe, with all my heart, that my service is no less noble. Every time I walk the streets in uniform, I think of him. I hope he's proud. Proud not of medals or rank, but of the men I became, because of him. Professor, what I've learned is that bravery comes in many forms. Some wear camouflage and march into battle. Others wear a badge and keep the peace in quiet corners of society. But all of it, every act of courage, begins with a choice to care for something bigger than yourself. To young students, I say this: you don't need to wait for a grand moment to be heroic. Sometimes, the greatest honor lies in everyday service, in showing up, in doing the right thing, in standing firm for what is just. So if you ever find yourself walking along Calle Crisologo, I ask you to pause. Close your eyes. Listen. You might hear the echo of carriages, of laughter, of whispered promises, and perhaps, just perhaps, the soft footfalls of those who came before us, reminding us to walk with purpose. Thank you, Professor.